Alright, welcome in this video. Before going into practice immediately, because this video is about how to make your first or $10,000 a month online step by step. Quick disclaimer before we start, this video has every step you need, generally all of it. But if you're here thinking you will watch a YouTube video and wake up tomorrow morning and you're already making 10k a month without putting effort, no action, close this because this is not for you. What in this video I will give you is literally the map, in my opinion, step by step. But it's very important you understand that you have to do research, and most important, you have to take action. Okay, that's the base. If you're here because you want the full how in details and stuff, that's another conversation, but everything starts from here. I'm making this disclaimer because most probably if you're watching this video, you're not doing 10k a month already. And there is two type of people that are searching this on YouTube, on whatever platform. And basically one is the type of person that is really committed and want to do it seriously, take action, to put effort into learn something. The other individual is the one that is actually the disclaimer is for, is the one that don't want to put action. He saw a lot of reels, a lot of bullshit online, and it's like, okay, yeah, now I'm gonna type on YouTube how to become rich in 1 week. For the next week, I will get my supercar, you know? So if you're that type of person, this is not for you, just save your time. Now, if you're still here, most probably is because you are the first type of person, so the one that want to seriously understand how you can make your first, or actually how you can build a business that makes you at least $10,000 a month. And this is doable for you, even if you start from zero, because majority of people actually start from zero, as I did. The steps I will show you in this video are actually the proof of what I did, okay? I started online many years ago, you will see it, and I will explain you every step I did, which was my mistake, and when I started literally to make some numbers, and which was the reason, which was the drive, because if you're watching this video, your question is, which is the fastest and more guaranteed way? If you're asking this to yourself, I'm not saying that is wrong, okay? The point is that fastest, yeah, but guaranteed, there is a guaranteed way to do it. And most important, the question is, which is the best drive to reach the goal? Because today, we see this as a many opportunity. In 2026 is AI, all right? There is cloud code, all this stuff. Why you don't start your marketing services based by AI and you make a lot of money, or Airbnb business, or drop shipping, or personal brand, or trading, or YouTube, or whatever, okay? You understand what I mean. And I really believe, and I genuinely believe, that each of these opportunities right now are a very good drive to reach this type of goal. That's why I'm saying that the point is not the drive, is literally you as a person, which is the best for you and which you want to choose and why you want to choose that. Because I really believe that each of these ones that I mentioned, for example, AI or dropshipping or trading, are very good ways to get for your first 10k, 100k, million, or even 8 figures like 10 million. I really believe this. But what I really believe is important to understand before going to the step by step is that these are simply drives, okay? Are just a vehicle that you use for reach that goal. I mean that if this is you, okay, basically all of this can bring you to 10k a month. What's the point is that a lot of times you see all the outcome and you associate the fact that you want to make 10k a month and you associate it only to, for example, AI. But the point is that AI is only a tool, is a leverage that you use for reach that goal. And between the outcome you want and the tool, there is you. You in terms of a person, in terms of a person that develop a skill and use that as a drive for reach that specific goal. And we're gonna move into this because I'm gonna show you also my journey, my honest journey, how I started from here, like being a normal person with a 9-to-5 job, having no money and blah blah blah, and living in Dubai, making literally millions every single year online. And why? Because I'm not magic, I'm not smarter than you. And what I want to show you, as I said, is not the secret formula, because there is not secret formula, okay? What is very important, first thing I brought here, is that you understand that will be a journey and you have to enjoy it and you have to accept it in advance. Because if your idea is, I watch this video and I will become rich with no effort, without sacrificing and blah, 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 I don't know how you can do that, because honestly, how I reached this type of position today has not been like watching a video, no putting action, no pain, no sacrifices and blah, blah. Okay, so I cannot help you in that case. And also, as I write here, it's very important to do not fall into the shortcut trap. So what we see here is that we see a lot of opportunities. Now, the one I mentioned here, most probably you knew all of them, because if you are watching this video, you typed already, you searched already on YouTube how to make money, how to make 10k, thanks to AI, thanks to dropshipping, thanks to trading or whatever. And in this video, we're not going to talk about every single of these model businesses, but again, you have to see this as a drive. And the point of saying this is that the most important thing you understand is that the most guaranteed drive, the best tool is you. Like you as a person, you as an individual that can learn a skill using a drive, okay, a vehicle, in this case Airbnb or AI or whatever, to reach that goal. For example, this is my journey. This is very realistic what I made here, because I started with trading. Then when trading was not working so well, because I bought the idea online, oh yeah, I'm gonna do trading in 2 weeks, I will become financial free, I'll make a lot of money. I blow a lot of money, I lose money, I was kind of depressed. So what happened is that I saw drop shipping and I thought, oh wow, maybe drop shipping is better, so I should start to do that. What happened is that I fall again in another loop where dropshipping was not even working. So I went back to trading. The moment I started again to do trading, of course, I was a bit more aware because, the first time was like, oh yeah, I'm buying the idea of, I bought the classic course from the Lambo Guru. Okay, nothing wrong with him, but basically I bought that idea that was easy, no effort. I will just copy the signals or just study this PDF course. Was 2019, so was all so different. And then what happened? I fail, I had some troubles, I don't like it, I'm suffering from it, I'm gonna switch into Airbnb because it looks cooler, it looks better, and blah blah blah. But soon in this video, I will also show you exactly the moment when I finally switch and I start to do only one single thing that bring me in the position where I am today. And when I say this, I'm not saying that the thing I choose is the best, because again, you are the one is driving. It's not about the vehicle you're using, the tool, if it's trading, AI, or whatever, but it's you, okay? So me, I found something that for me was aligned, something that I liked, something that I become very good at, that was making me money. In this way, I built a business. So now let's move in the first thing, and that's where I will also connect this, because in my honest opinion, this is the best way to make money, whether it's 10K, 20K, 50K, millions of dollars, through what you like. All of us, including you that you're watching this video, we have a skill. And a skill is something that we develop through an experience, a situation in our life where we had to go from a point A to a point B. And this can be literally in whatever situation of your life, whether it's a transformation of a body shape, whether you stop to drink alcohol. I mean, you solve a problem that you had in your past, whatever it is that you learned a new language. For example, I moved out from my country when I was pretty young. The English you hear today, that is not perfect, I learned it by my own. I speak also Spanish. That, for example, even if I don't sell courses about how to learn Spanish or English, is a transformation I had. It's something that I went through and I solved that problem because I had to, okay? And this can be the same for other situations. Now, if I want to put this through my story, what I want to tell you is that me as a person, I was, as I told you, in the trading industry mainly. The point is that I was failing a lot with trading. I was losing a lot of money and I was kind of becoming addicted. Okay, not saying that trading is gambling, but yeah, for me it was. It was very important to get results, but it was very hard to do it actually. What happened is that in 2022 in trading, and I made a video about this experience I had, it comes out this format, this trend of the prop firms. So a way where traders can get more balance, more money to trade with. So with less personal risk, I will not trade my own money, but I will use money from a company that evaluate my capacity, my skills. Long story short, happens that a friend of mine said, hey, look, I have a system, an automated system that is able to pass these challenges, okay, for you. So you will not need to put your effort into get this funded account, so you can immediately start to trade with more money. This guy offered me this service, like this system at the time, for I think was like 11,000 euros. Was a lot of money in the moment for me. Actually, I had to take a loan from a friend, and with my other partners, we made these investments. What happened is that once we buy that thing with intention to use it for our personal use. But what happened indirectly is that once I remember I posted a story saying, hey guys, if you are on prop trading, I can pass for you the challenge. And the funny fact is that I had a crazy response of people that was like, oh yeah, I want it. And now we're gonna discuss about this. What that triggered me was, oh wow, people want this. So why we don't take what we just bought and we deliver it as a service? Means that we bought the thing one time, okay, we create an offer, and we're gonna talk now about this, okay? And I'm gonna take that offer and I'm gonna solve a problem for a specific person, okay? In exchange, he's gonna pay me. This exact thing that we had from an idea that everything starts so simple made us the first $500,000 in the first, I think, 18 months or something like that, with zero knowledge in marketing, absolutely zero, just a very good offer. But now, before we move in the next step, why I'm saying this? Because here is where I was. I was on situation A, where I had to figure out how we can sell more, how we can optimize our business, how we can make more money, how we can get more clients, or we can get more clients in a predictable way. And again, was literally this period right here, I think between this, when I actually moved to Dubai for the first time in 2022, you understand that in that moment, me, Luigi, as a person, what I had to do is to develop something to go through a situation. Because I had a business that was, yeah, making good in the beginning, but I had goals because I understood that this was a very good product. And I'm like, okay, I have to understand how to get more clients. I have to understand how to close more sales. You understand that this, in a way, put me in the position where I developed a skill. I become good and I master a specific skill that today, after years, okay, is the same business I'm doing. Because what happened after that is once I apply that to my business and it bring results, what I did is I start to go to people near me and say, hey, I know that you're trying to sell online. Look, I had these results right here. Why you don't let me help you? And I'm gonna take just a percentage or a revenue from your business. And that starts. And after years, this transformed literally in the business that makes me my money, the business that I'm making full time. Okay. So, and everything starts from something that for me become a skill, a passion, because it's something that I enjoy it. Because for me, learning and understanding how to get more clients, how to make more money for my business and the business of my partners was something that I enjoy a lot. Was not like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do AI because I want to make a lot of money, but had a purpose inside of me and something like a passion that I say, okay, I want to figure out this, I want to solve this problem. And into solving that problem, I become good at. And then people start to pay me more and all the time more. Okay. So this is the first thing that you have to understand, that inside of you, you have already something, okay, that you like to do most probably, and that you are very good at. And how you develop that can be through whatever type of experience you had in your life, even if it's connected to your life, even if it's you're connected to your business, even if it's connected through your relationship or whatever. And I'm mentioning this because basically are the three main markets where you can sell. By the way, in this video, I will not go that specific, okay, but no worries. I have a 53 minutes video where I break down exactly the markets where you can sell, how to create an offer in all the details, how to position your offer in the market, and all the information you need. Once you see this and you're like, okay, I got it, I want to do it, you will find a full video, 53 minutes, and I break down every single detail. The next step, as I was saying, is that you shift your knowledge into an offer to solve a specific problem. So what I did was basically to take the skill and the expertise that helped me to make $500,000 in the first 18 months with my partners and pack it as an offer that was solving a specific problem. You have an audience, you're trying to sell something, okay, I will make you more money. I will help you, your offer, to make more money without spending on ads. This was my first offer. So was a specific offer for a specific type of person, an individual, so your ICP. And again, in the 53 minutes, you will understand this in detail. So your ideal customer profile with a specific problem that was solving. And this, of course, I was doing it in exchange of money. So from that, I literally built a business. That's why then I exit that company and I start to run my own business. So once you decide which skill to put into a leverage and to create an offer that solve a problem for a specific individual, for a specific person in exchange of money, okay, you have to understand that you need your first client. Step number 4 is to find your first client, and most important, get a case study and validate your offer. Because when you want to position your knowledge, your skill, and we're talking basically for service business, where you leverage your time and your skill. In my case, for example, I start with outreach. What that means, contacting people and pitching my service directly to them. Why I'm saying this? Because I cannot tell you something different that I didn't do. Because this is how I moved my first steps. Because once I validated my own skill for my own business, I understood that I could use the same skill I had for other people in exchange of money. But my only social proof, so my only result, was my own company that we made $500,000 in 18 months. Was pretty good in the moment, okay? But was not enough for position myself and to be like, oh yeah, you pay me in advance. So also in the 53 minutes, you will understand how to create an offer that sells very good. Because of course, in the beginning, if you don't have case studies, you don't have social proof, you don't have authority, you have to make it very sexy. Your offer has to be like little a no-brainer that people are like, okay, I'm gonna pay you because I cannot say no. I will be stupid into tell you no. So what I was doing to people and say, hey bro, I see that you are in my same niche, you're selling very similar stuff. What I did with my own brand was this result. I'm pretty sure that I can bring you more results, I can make you this amount of money, and I don't want that you pay me upfront. I just want to take X percentage of the profit that we're gonna. How a person can tell me no. So you understand that in this way, I made my first case studies, and today I have a lot of case studies. That's why today I charge upfront, because I'm very confident with the transformation I can give to my clients, to the people that work with me. Okay, but it's the same when you start from zero. You can still do that, but your main interest is yes to get money, but mainly to get case studies, because you're gonna validate your offer, you understand how to make it more better, you will understand how to deliver better, and aka you will make even more money too. Now, what is important why I talk about outreach is that of course there is two type of vertical in the business industry, whether it's business to business, so you as a business you're selling to other businesses, or business to consumer. Now, when we talk about outreach, to make it simple, I took two different platforms. One is LinkedIn, where most probably you find more B2B, so basically business to business, or Instagram, that is more business to consumer. For not make this video too long, what I'm gonna show you now is basically an overview, a map, that what I did, the action I took, in which way I made it, for let you understand that if you want, you can pursue this direction. And if you create a very good offer, and again, there is the video for do that, you will be able to see your first customer. Whatever is your positioning, whatever is your niche. Okay, then again, if you need my help and blah blah, you find all the information in the description. But this is all you need in the beginning. All you need is action. This is all you need. Action is what you need to make this work. Okay, because of course it's a game of numbers. When we talk about outreach, because we're talking about starting from zero. So at least that you don't want, and we'll see later, to build a system that is predictable by data and not with your time, but maybe through paid ads, through content and stuff. That's a different game that you can implement. But now, if you want to collect your first case study, to collect your first money, and you want to validate your offer, outreach, I think, is the best. So what I was doing is that's basically to do a cold DM, okay? In this case, can be cold DM or cold email, to get in a discovery call or through a Loom. Here, the difference is basically that in that moment, me, as I told you, I was going straight to discovery call because my offer was pretty good. The person I was talking to in that moment, you remember we talked about ICP, was the same person as me that was in the situation A. So for me, it was simple to understand, hey, to who I can sell my knowledge, to who I can pitch my service, in this case that I help you to scale the business and blah, 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 the same exact person that was me when I just started. So that's why I'm saying that when you do this, it becomes natural to you because you went there. So you know how the person is thinking, you know for what is suffering, you know his pain points, and you know the desire. So for you, it's much easier to understand in which way to communicate with him. So that's why I was saying that my pitch was straight to the call, saying, hey, look, bro, I see that you're selling in this niche. I made this for my own business, okay? Using this system, I can do the same for you. I don't want any upfront fee. I just want to take a percentage of the profit that we're gonna do. Again, majority of people was saying yes, because the money I will make from that was based on my skill, on my expertise, leveraging my time and my knowledge. And I was confident of it because I already did it. In this way, I was getting a conversion. So I was closing the client, I was delivering. So in this case, we were doing the launch of the business and blah, blah, blah. He was making money, I was making my money. And plus, I will get in case studies. And why is it so important to get case study? Because once I got the results also for another person, for a stranger, let's say, you understand that when I was pitching the second time, was not anymore, hey, I made this amount of money for my own business. No, I made it also for this other person and for this other person and for this other person. So in this way, you're going to increase your leverage. So this is when you can take your offer and change maybe the pricing. If, for example, you're not charging an upfront fee like I was doing, I started to charge upfront fees. I started to do consulting. But why? Because all this was validated by the fact that it's working. So you understand that when you create this loop that you have a lot of social proof, you get results to other people, you will also able to raise your prices, to start to charge more and to scale your business, maybe to create new offers. In my case, I start to work in the beginning as I'm gonna launch your business. So I'm gonna take care of everything. You don't do nothing. I take a percentage of the profit and still one of my offer for very selected clients. Then I start to do consultation, means I only leverage my time. I give them all the blueprint. I follow them step by step for them, for make them more money. and that's it. And I get paid. I'm happy, they're happy. But everything started literally from being in a situation where I had to figure out something, I had to solve a specific problem, aka scale my own business. Then I convert that into an offer, and then I got my first client. And when I got my first client, basically become kind of a snowball effect because I wanted to do it. I was enjoying that. And I still enjoying doing this all the time. So that's why in the beginning of the video, I was saying in 2026, you can literally make money doing what you like. Because most probably what you are good at is something that you like. You did a lot of repetition, and repetition master skills. I don't think you're gonna do something a lot of times if you don't enjoy to do it. Okay, why to not get paid for do something that you enjoy? This is the simple math I wanted to use from the beginning of this video. Now, you are in this situation, you figure out whether it's outreach or maybe it was through content, okay? In this case, I mentioned outreach because it was for me outreach. When I explain this to my students inside the community, of course I explain whatever is outreach or can be also content, because in that case is no investment, like there is leverage only of your time, whether it is to cold texting people, whether it is to create content. Then once you do this, what you're gonna do is to build a predictable system that have clear data, and you're gonna double down on that. Like this is all the segments, all the components that your business needs, because you need a positioning. So you have to know exactly to who you're talking to, okay? Who is your ICP, how you position yourself in the market, what's the unique mechanism you have, what makes you different. Your offer, that in that case can be one main or two different offers. You're gonna have an acquisition system, whether your acquisition system again is outreach. Maybe you can implement paid ads, you can implement content, you can implement referrals. You will have a conversion system, so where you take the attention that you generate here and you're gonna convert them. In this case, you see all this when also we talk about team and system, is that you start to build a machine. But everything starts from here, because let's imagine that you validate outreach, you get your first client with outreach. So why you shouldn't get also the next client through outreach? Maybe what you can do is start to work in a system for leveraging less your time, or maybe somebody else's time, or using tools for make less direct action into sending messages, but more into optimizing the way that from when they get the message, they're gonna want your product. You understand? You start working a way more into building the whole machine. Because even if it's not your current situation, if you're watching this video, is that after generating millions of dollars in a predictable way, means by data, what I can tell you is that when you start to do this, it's good that you do it right from the beginning. This is very important because it's a whole machine. Like all you're seeing right here has to be aligned. I made the lines on green, yellow, and red just to make you an example so it's not random. Okay, that all of this has to flow. So when it's green, it's gonna flow good. When it's yellow, not that good. When it's red, maybe it's not going so well. When you understand that all your business is based by these segments, but no worries, you're gonna build it step by step. But it's important that you build it together. You build it with alignment, okay, understanding all the steps. You will be able to create a machine that will help you into be predictable. Why? Because it's very simple that if you validate your offer, you know, okay, my offer is working, okay, good, and you see that you are a bit stuck on acquisition, you know where to put focus. You're gonna put focus here. Or for example, here you see that your system is pretty good and the delivery is amazing, but you're stuck between acquisition and conversion. So you understand that you have to make better the way you're getting attention and then converting that attention. In this way, you will always know where to put your attention, where to put your effort. Because if you build this machine random, you don't track data, you don't want to build a real machine. This is what I basically explain, and it's the same mantra, it's the same mindset, it's the same thing I use for scale businesses. It's the same I explain to my clients, because once you do this, you'll be able to have a machine where you understand exactly when things don't work. Means that with time, you will become good. Means that you will be able to optimize each of these steps. In that way, you'll have predictable data that will mean predictable money. This is not the main thing for you right now, because if you're watching this video, but will be soon. Because if you're gonna act on what I just explained you, into first identify which is your skill, which is your passion, what you're good at, and understand how to pack it as an offer. And again, in the description, I will leave you a 53 minutes that will explain you that. Okay, once you understand which offer and you understand to who to sell your offer and how to get your clients, that's it. I mean, you create the MVP, you create the base of your business, the foundation. And then once you have a foundation, you're gonna optimize it with time and most important, with action. That's why in the beginning of the video, when I was showing you exactly this, for me was a big gap here, because this happened much faster than all the times I was here jumping from a business opportunity to another. So I'm not saying that to reach your first 10K, 100K, or $1 million business, you need that time. So you remember in the beginning I told you about the fastest way. I don't know which is the fastest. The guaranteed is to do one single thing for enough time that you become very good, and for do that should be something that you enjoy to do it. Means that it's not lazy shit, oh yeah, I don't want to put action to put effort, no, but something that you enjoy and you really care about. Because to me, what makes this possible is that I like what to do. I like to make my clients money, I like to make my own money, and I like what I'm doing. And when I understood that, everything changed. So I could be much faster if I started from the beginning to do one thing. So after this video, I really hope that you will put it in action. That's it. That's the requirement you need. Then the time will be faster if you optimize the process and blah, blah, blah. The main important message of this video is that what you know already values money. You can use it for makes more than 10K a month. Just put action. I hope you like the video. See you in the next one.